who knows what's going to happen. My name is Tony Thomas, and you're watching Hardwired Exotics on YouTube. What's going on YouTube? So today, we're going to talk about what's available in the DG project. I get a ton of questions about what we have, so we just do a YouTube video on it. But before we get to that, notice something odd in the background? Yeah, check these things out. New cocoa blocks. So my boy Chris Davenport, down at these balls, is now the chipper man. This is just going to be like a Rip to Chip or Pro Coco 10-pound block. Put it in water, expands. Good stuff. So if you're interested in trying something a little bit different but pretty much the same thing, hit him up. If you're in Florida, it might be cheaper on shipping, so check it out. Chris is also opening up a rattery in Florida, so if you need rats, also hit him up. And if you breed rats and you need rat food, he has come out with his own line of rat food, and he brought me some. I'm gonna try it out, give my review later on. So, but anyway, let's get to the Het DG stuff. I'm not going to show you much of the stuff that's already sold, simply because some of it's already gone, and I just don't want to get anybody confused. So as of today, which we are filming at 5 o'clock in the morning, because me and Cassie woke up and we're like, oh, we don't have a YouTube video, so you can probably hear the crickets in the background. So the door's open and there's not going to be any traffic or anything going on outside. So anyway, basically this is your normal. But what's really cool about this normal is it's a girl and she's 100% Het Desert Ghost. So if you're wanting to get into the Desert Ghost project and interested in doing it in a more old-fashioned way, or you're on a tight budget, it's going to be something you're interested in. So hit me up. Really cool head stamp here. So next up is this whacked, crazy looking pinstripe. This thing is just crazy. So this could be pinstripe yellow belly. The pairing on this was pastel leopard pin desert ghost to a mystic yellow belly. So the older he gets, the more I think it might be yellow belly. Not really sure. But either way, this guy be a great addition to to the Desert Ghost project. A lot of people don't realize how nice pinstripe Desert Ghost is, but pinstripe Desert Ghost is really, really, really nice. So this would be a great introduction. Pair it with something like a pastel or an inchy Het DG, or even in the normal Het DG girl. This would be a great introduction into that project for somebody that wanted to either start on a budget or kind of start with more basic stuff. So anyway, great little meal here. This is really funky. This is a pastel pinstripe yellow belly Het DG girl. The yellow belly brings a lot to this animal, so I'm very happy with the way that this thing turned out. Fantastic. I mean, this is a great future breeder for anybody that's in the Desert Ghost project. Really, really nice here. Alright, so something else before I get into this next clutch, or what's left of this next clutch. Most of these aren't hitting Morph Market or website yet. I don't like posting my animals on Morph Market or website until they've had at least 4 or 5 meals. The reason for that being that a lot of people are impatient and they don't understand that the snake's not ready to be shipped yet. So when somebody inquires about something I have listed, it's already pretty much ready to ship. I see a lot of people nowadays that are, well, this just hatched, and they're doing, fresh out of the egg, they're posting them on Morph Market and go ahead and sell it. I don't have a problem with taking a deposit on something that's fresh hatched, but that's for people that understand. That's for people on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, that understand how the process works and understand that they're taking a risk by leaving a deposit. The animal might not thrive, but they're also, honestly, they're getting ahead on some of these quote unquote better genetic animals by go ahead and following and keeping up with what I got going on. So anything that I post on, anything that makes it and posts up on Morph Market or the website is pretty much ready to go. That's just my personal opinion. So anyway, a lot of these that I'm showing you are just 1 or 2 meals away from being posted on Morph Market, but I am taking deposits on this stuff. It's just kind of the way I roll. If I hatch something and something you're interested in, you can leave a deposit to hold that animal. But if you're waiting for it to hit Morph Market, look, I just started hatching, okay? Like this row right here is the only thing on Morph Market. All of this stuff has hatched within the past 3 weeks. And as you can see, there are a lot of name tags on a lot of these tubs already. So just to give you an idea, and I just wanted to clarify that. So back to these hits. One of my favorite genes in Desert Ghost is fire. This is a fire het DG female. Simple but highly effective. Fire DG is just absolutely fantastic, and in my opinion, a must-have in your DG projects. So I'm gonna try to get a couple of them out here to see if they'll cooperate. So that fire het DG is a girl, and this is a pastel leopard het DG male. So anybody looking for a pair, this is a really phenomenal pair at a good introductory rate. But I wanted to bring out these two. Of course, he don't want to cooperate, but I wanted to bring out these two to show you what can happen when you start adding some really cool stuff into the leopard and the fire. This is my favorite snake out of the clutch. This is a fire leopard. So fire, pastel leopard, fire leopard. This is a girl. She's my favorite out of the clutch. She will be the most expensive animal out of this clutch. And here's the reason why. Let me show you the next one. So this is actually another girl. This is firefly leopard. So this is pastel leopard, add fire, you get this. So pastel, fire, and leopard all in one. So girl, 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 boy. But here's the catch. This animal, even though it has more genes, is actually going to be less expensive than this one. And here's my reasoning behind that. Even though we have more genes here, this animal doesn't have pastel. And not that I'm a pastel hater, because pastel looks really good in DG, so I'm not hating on that. But odds and rarity are what makes up the price points on these. There are way less animals available in the Desert Ghost project without pastel. So the odds to make just a fire leopard without pastel, the odds are actually higher to make this animal than they are to this animal when you look at the grand scheme of what's going on with DG stuff. So therefore, even though this animal has less genes, will be more expensive than one that has more genes. So just getting that clarified out. Also, because we'll link this video to what we have available on Morph Market, that's an explanation that I can send to people when they ask why my pricing is like it is. So just to give you a heads up, that's why. But this is all that's left from a pastel pen Leopard DG to a Fire Mojave clutch. And surprisingly, I only got one Mojave in that, which was a pastel Mojave Fire Leopard Het DG male. My buddy Juan picked up. He's already got it already because he just couldn't leave without it. But that was a phenomenal animal. Shame I didn't get that on camera. Great clutch here. Really, really nice clutch. Alright, let's move on. Next Het DG clutch that we're going to talk about today is these. Kind of look like normals, huh? Actually, what these are Het Red Xanthic Het DG. So, if you know about the Het Red stuff, it's just confusing. But we'll call it HRA just to keep me from saying less words today. So these are HRAs. This one, obviously HRA. This one, I actually debated this a little bit to start with, but after I show you a couple other animals, you'll kind of understand why I'm sure that it's HRA. Not only that, but also because the mom of this clutch is a Inchy HRA. Everything has to be Inchy or Het Red because it's an allelic animal. But this one looks like a typical HRA. This one doesn't really look like a typical HRA. But let me show you my reasoning as to why. Both of these are girls, and we made a couple of these here. So this is the pastel Het Red Xanthic. We made a couple of these, but this male is the only one that's left. And this doesn't really look like a pastel Het Red, but that's what it has to be. Because again, mom was Inchy Het Red. I mean, you could see that it kind of looks like Het Red, but just not what your typical Het Reds look like. Pastel Het Reds. Very confusing to start with. But what really was hard to ID, this animal's actually already sold. It actually sold last night, matter of fact, after I posted it on Instagram and Facebook. But this animal was a little bit more difficult to ID. So at first we kind of thought it was just a pastel Het Red, just like this. After a shed and a couple meals, you can obviously see that it's a much brighter animal, and we have a much wider thing here. So like I told you, mom was an Inchy Het Red, so it has to be one or the other. But what I haven't told you is what the sire was. So the sire was a pastel Inchy DG. This got Inchy from dad, Het Red from mom, and pastel from dad, obviously. So pastel Inchy Het Red Xanthic. And this girl just glows. I mean, she is super bright. I don't know if the camera is really going to show it, but fantastic looking girl. Like I said, this girl sold last night. Really cool project. The only thing that's left from this clutch are going to be the three on the table right now. A male, two females. If you're interested in trying to make the Red Xanthic DG, this would be a great trio, or just get a pair to try to do that project with. And that's kind of where my mind was going with this clutch. So another example that I want to show you before we put these up is, well, what if this is maybe just a pastel Inchy? I mean, how do you know it has Het Red? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is a pastel Inchy without Het Red. So this is a from a completely different clutch, and this is just pastel Inchy. Het Red makes a big difference here. You know, it brings back some more of the alien heads. It cuts down on the banding. The eye stripes aren't quite as wide. The Het Red is changing all that. So took a little while to ID this one, but I'm very confident on being pastel Inchy Het Red. So I think the main difference here on this one versus what we normally see with Het Red stuff is going to be the Het DG. I think Het DG is actually affecting the patterns of these animals to give the illusion that they're not quite what we're used to seeing in the het red xanthic stuff. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. This girl does happen to be available. Don't think she started eating yet. She just had her first shed. But this is a pastel inchy 100% het pod girl. So just throw that in there too. But all right, let's get back to the het DG stuff. I said het DG, but what I really meant was a visual. Visual het DG, especially in females, is probably one of the hottest things in the market right now. I mean, it's almost daily that I'm getting asked about visual DG girls. And well, the only thing that I have available is this girl. And this is a one-off, absolutely stunning soul sucker combo visual DG girl. And if she stays here much longer, I'm just going to keep her, because I mean, you can tell she's already got some size. So all the genetics here are pastel, pinstripe, lesser, hidden gene woma. So lesser and hidden gene woma are their soul sucker. Then added the pastel and pin, and then she is a visual DG as well. So this girl is not a cheap animal. This is investment level, and the only visual girl that I have at the moment. So I don't plan on having any visual stuff for at least 2 or 3 more weeks. And even then, I think I only done one pairing that's visual to visual and one pairing that's visual to a het. So I went mostly het routes this year, trying to get new genes or new combos like the Fire Leopard into Desert Ghost. So you know, that's just what I did. So anyway, hope y'all enjoy this. If you see anything you're interested in, hit me up. This video is posting today. We filmed this on Wednesday morning. It's going out today. So everything that I just showed is current as of right now. Now, after that, who knows what's going to happen. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching Hardwired Exotics, and make sure you subscribe. Bye!